The views and opinions expressed within the video content found on the Indie Comics Network are those of the speakers and do not necessarily reflect the views or positions of the Indie Comics Network or its sponsors. Warning: the following live broadcast may contain loud, obnoxious, shrill, and alarming noises that might be considered disturbing, if not outright uncomfortable to listen to, especially if you are wearing headphones. If we're lucky, he's sleeping. So hopefully we'll be able to make it through the entire live stream without him acting up. I share my office space with an African gray parrot and two parakeets, and I have no control over their behavior while I am live streaming. Unlike my regular videos, where I have the opportunity to edit them out as best as I can. If you are sensitive to loud, surprising background noises, I recommend either not turning your volume up too loud or watching my edited, pre-recorded videos instead. Viewer discretion is advised. Okay. Yeah, so let's do that. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. It's like there's not look, it's like later. I don't know why I keep thinking that one day this will come off like professional. I don't know why. Nobody comes here for professional. Oh, so who's joining us today? Hello, Afraid. Yes, and like I said, Ice Night's sleeping right now. So let's not talk too loud. Hello, Allison. Hello. Yes. More like I was going to kill you first. Using Clip Studio Paint last time, but it was all good. Oh, hello, Joseph. Hello. Welcome. Oh, yeah. So last week I was using Clip Studio Paint. I did not finish that piece, by the way. In the end, what I decided I was going to do. Well, I mean, okay. I think I. Okay, all right. I froze up on my screen for a little bit. Oh, and there he is. He's not sleeping anymore. Well, you see, I still have work to do. It's like I still have, I still have a lot of work that I have to finish in Photoshop. So yeah, so what I decided I was going to do is I'm going to pretty much do a crash course on Clip Studio Paint, and I just have to just spend like a weekend just working on a piece from beginning to end, just to really get the hang of it. I think my biggest the biggest thing that I felt the biggest hurdle that I just have to get over on Clip Studio Paint is just where everything is. It's not a difficult program. Okay. That was kind of the sense that I was getting last week. It's not a difficult program. I just have to know where everything is, what the keyboard shortcuts are for them, and pretty much how they function. And then I think once I have that, the layout, literally the lay of the land, once I have that layout figured out, and and then it's like I think that I can transition a lot easier to it. So yeah, so I'm not going to finish the piece that I started, but the thing is, let's see. Oh, hello, Rue. Hello. Hey, Jake. Maybe wait, delving into yeah, probably. That's what I'm thinking. Because it's like I have way too many things that are already in the process of being worked on, but mostly in Photoshop. So yeah, it's so it's like I'd rather just like, what, let me just like really spend a weekend and just concentrate on it, so that then it's like, okay, by Monday it's like, all right, fine. It's like I pretty much can figure out how this works. But yeah, so I guess before I get a little too far ahead of myself, yeah, so I guess, like, let me just find all my things here. And it's like, yeah, so I guess I might as well just make the official start before, like I said, before I get ahead of myself. So, hello, everyone. Welcome to another edition of my drawing live stream, whatever this is. I really need a I need really need to put together a nice proper intro for the stream. It's such a mess. But my name is Daphne Lage, and I'm a cartoonist, illustrator, and comic book artist from New York. I have been publishing comics since 1992, and you know what that means.
I got nowhere else to go! I got nowhere else to go! I got nothing else.
And I am known for the furry fantasy adventure Tall Tales we're going to be working on it today, Tall Tales, or So I Thought, the first full color one shot returning to Kickstarter, coming to Kickstarter in the next couple of months. We're going to be working on it today. So keep an eye out for that. So like I said, keep an eye out for that. But right now, I am also known for my medieval fantasy soap opera drama, EGORAVEN, Heir of the First Unicorn, which is in its last 2 days on Kickstarter. The campaign closes on Friday. Me and Nita are going to be closing it out on our vlog show on Friday at 11 a.m. So you have 2 more days. You have today, tomorrow, and early Friday morning to get your pledges in for EGORAVEN issue 6. We're going to talk more about it in a minute. So so that's pretty much, I'll just leave it at that. And speaking of the vlogs, I am also co-host with Nita Lanning on the Rage Into the Vlogs show every Monday and Friday on the Indie Comics Network at 11 a.m. Eastern. And like I said, on Friday, we will be closing out EGORAVEN, Heir of the First Unicorn on Kickstarter. So make sure to join us then. And speaking of Kickstarters, speaking of campaigns, remember that you can save 10% on your next Gemini mailer order with our coupon code RAGEN10. Do you not need, boxes? I mean, it's like, are you not running a campaign? And you know what? Even if you aren't running a campaign, maybe you're just somebody just sitting around going, you know what? I have this huge comic book collection I got to put in order, and I could really use some bags and boards. Well, guess what you can get at Gemini Comic Supply? You can get bags and boards from there. I think already on its own, less expensive than what you can find at your local comic book shop, and in volume that your local comic book shop doesn't have. And on top of that, you can use our coupon code RAGEN10 to get your collection together. So even if you're not running a campaign, you're not a creator, and you're just watching this because you're just a fan, you're never just a fan. You have things. You have comics to organize. So what better way to do that than saving 10% using our coupon code on bags and boards? Oh, so yes. So in the meantime, you can read both my comics online at Tall Tales, TAILS online.com, and egoworks.com, EGOWRKS. And you can check out all of my videos on how I make my comics here on YouTube at Daphne Lage Art, that's LAGE, which simulcasts through the Indie Comics Network. And I hope everybody has been following me on YouTube. Oh, and before I forget, yes, I do see you, the 5 people who are watching me next to the giant eyeball on my screen from regions beyond. Thank you so much for joining us. And but if you are watching us from Facebook, if you are watching us from Twitter, come on over to YouTube, join my sexy people in the chat. It's a lot easier for me for us to have a conversation here, because Facebook sometimes acts up and Twitter doesn't even allow me to see your comments. So if you want to, join the conversation here, come on over to YouTube, like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell so that you get notified whenever any of my new videos go live. So, So yeah, yeah, so has anybody been checking out my new videos? So yeah, I've been making a point to finally upload more recorded videos on my YouTube channel. And I want to thank the 988 people who have subscribed to my channel so far. It's like I kind of wish I had done more videos before, but I had to be pushed into it. So I have to get over myself and get these, it's like put in that little extra effort. And I was just very happy to see that it's paying off. I haven't seen my subscriber count move in a bit. And, and, uh, and, ever since I started uploading, especially the Elf Quest video that I did, which by the way is over like 200 views right now. And not only that, it was like the link was shared by both Richard and Wendy Peeney, so I couldn't be more chuffed with that. So yeah, so because of that, I've started seeing my subscriber count move up, and I've just been very, very happy with that. It's like, you know what? It's like it's going to be sooner than I expected now. Before it just felt like it was just taking forever to reach 1K, and now it's like it's like, what, we're talking 12. So we're 12 people away from breaking 1,000, which I don't know. That's a milestone for me. I know that some people say that 1,000 subscribers is a vanity metric, but it's like I said the last time. If it was completely a vanity metric, YouTube wouldn't put so much stock into it. But you know what? I don't care either way. The fact that almost 1,000 people have decided they like my videos enough to Nita's giving me permission. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. Um, but yeah, it's just really it's just really exciting that it's like, yeah, because again, it's like I have this statistic that lives in my head for free, that it's like 80% of the people will regularly watch your channel without subscribing. Like, they will never subscribe to your channel. And it's like, I don't know why. I don't know what is it that keeps them from just like clicking on the subscribe button. If they're watching me all the time, what's the big deal about hitting the subscribe button? It doesn't cost you anything. And I just want to thank the 988 people who got over themselves and pressed that button. If you're watching me, please, thank you. And yeah, so it's like 12 people left for me to get to 1,000 subscribers. So, so that's so yeah, so that's actually kind of exciting. I don't care if it's a vanity metric. It makes me feel good, so screw it. So what else? Yeah, so what else is going on? So let's see. So like I said, EGORAVEN ends on Friday. I'm going to be it's going to be closing out at 11:45 a.m. So it will be on our vlog show. And I just wanted to spend a little time and show off the campaign for everybody who's probably seeing this for the first time. I know that I have people joining me on Twitch. And if this is the first time you're seeing me, welcome. And this is just the usual housekeeping that I do before I actually do artwork eventually on the show. But I want to spend a little time just showing off the campaign, so that so that the people who are not familiar with it can just get a feel for it. And then it's like I said, it closes on Friday. So yeah, so I would like to thank the 144 backers who have backed the campaign so far. So far we've raised $4,359 with 43 hours to go. Yeah, once you hit the third, like 3 days left, they move to hours, and it's like, yeah, it makes it sound a lot shorter than it is, but it's not too short. It's not so short that you think you have time. So however that works. So for those of you who are not familiar with EGORAVEN, it's like, what if instead of a knight saving a princess from dragons, the princess herself had to become a knight to save herself from and her kingdom from dragons? So EGORAVEN, Heir of the First Unicorn, is the story of a unicorn princess exiled into the mortal realm after she is betrayed by her elf prince husband to be, and dragons overtake her kingdom. But when EGORAVEN becomes an unwitting pawn in a noble woman's attempt to avoid an arranged marriage, she trains to become a knight with the help of an unlikely trio of blacksmiths, hoping she could ultimately win a king's favor and save her people. So this is my book, my pride and joy. It was created, written, and completely illustrated by me. And this is already the 6th issue. But if you missed the previous campaigns, don't fear. You can get everything on this campaign. If this is the first time you're seeing the campaign, you can pick up a catch-up tier that collects all 6 issues. If you've been collecting all this time, you could just pick up the 6th issue. So this is the main cover for issue 6. And it's like, if this is the first time you're seeing it, you can also, on the campaign itself, download a free copy of the first 16 pages of issue 1 so that you can try it out and kind of like, just get a little taste of it so that you can come back, if you want to decide to come back and support the campaign. And of course, might as well give you guys the warning. This series is recommended for mature readers for fantasy, violence, and adult situations. So it can get a little hairy in this book. So these are my first 6 pages of this issue, and I'm still really happy the way they came out. It's like, I really, I think I'm getting the hang of doing this. So these are the first 6 pages of issue 6. And of course, always with the campaign, I'm always going to have everything related to it available. So the prequel is available on this campaign, Legend of the Silk Rose. It is an illustrated prose story that takes place around 20 years before issue 1. And you don't need to read it in order, you don't need to read it in order to understand what's going on in the main series. But we are now hitting certain points where it's now going to reference this story. And if you really want to know the backstory of a new character or an old character, depending on how you look at it, that's going to be introduced in this issue, I would recommend picking up the prose story, because if you wondered, it's like, where does a unicorn princess come from? This is the story that explains it. So I highly recommend it. So of course, every book that I put out has a physical and digital companion book. So if you just want to collect PDFs, I have that here. I have everything. I have a special level that's just all my books, Tall Tales and EGORAVEN, as PDFs that you can just get straight like that, or you can get the physical copies as well. I also have, if you're the type that likes to collect variant covers, I do have a mystery set that collects issues 1 through 5, but all variant covers. Kind of like, what's the cereal that it's like, oops, all marshmallows. Oh! Hello, Pulse Nation. Hello. I'm being rated again. Hello, welcome. So look at my campaign. Oh wait, I have to do hold on. Wait, so if I'm being rated, I have to do this properly, right? So I'm being rated. So okay, all right, basic white girl dance. There we go. Welcome everybody from Twitch. Thank you so much for the other for the second raid. Thank you so much. which I'm happy because I accidentally deleted the video last time. So luckily I got the clip of my first raid, but I accidentally deleted the full video before I could finish clipping everything. So welcome everybody. My name is Daphne Lage, and this is my campaign on Kickstarter if you want to check it out. You know, so where was I? Yeah, so if you enjoy collecting variant covers, I have a mystery set where you can pick up issues 1 through 5 made entirely of mystery cover variant covers. I only have 9 of these, and I don't I do, yeah the delete. It took me a bit to realize how the interface for Twitch worked, and boy did I learn that lesson really quickly last week. It's like, oh, just deletes the video. Well, I guess I'm done then. So yeah, so this makes this so you can get the set made up of entirely of variant covers. Like I said, I only have 9 of them, and I don't know how many I've sold so far. Last I checked, it was 3, but I haven't checked it in a while, so I'm not sure. Also, you can get just random variant covers as well. And like I said, if you're just seeing this campaign for the first time, you can pick up every book on this campaign, so that you're not missing out on anything. And even if you missed the Tall Tales campaign, you can pick up all my Tall Tales books on this campaign as well. So if you just want to collect all my books all at once, which by the way will look something like, so your package is going to look something like this. So if you want to collect all of my books right here, you can do that on the campaign, and you will get, like, I think 6 pounds worth of books in the mail. So yeah, so it's like, and I also have the variant covers as well, including a sketch cover, and like I said, you can pick up all of my Tall Tales books. I also have the Jaden Lanning exclusive variant cover. So this is the cover that's exclusive to the campaign. It comes in the regular version and hollow foil version of it. And it's, like I said, it's only available to the campaign. I'm only making as many as get pledged. So if you're thinking that, oh, maybe I'll wait until after the campaign and I'll pick it up on the store, it will not be available. Like I said, I'm only making as many as are pledged for, and that's it. So if you enjoy collecting her covers, you have to pledge to the campaign to get it. And of course, I have all these other different add-ons. I have the trading cards. All the variant covers are available as add-ons as well. And like I said, including PDF-only book sets. So, of course, I also have a couple of limited edition sticker sets as well as add-ons. And I have this postcard set, which I think is sold out. I think this one I completely sold out of. So this collects all the art postcards and the regular postcards and from my previous campaigns for anybody who likes to collect those types of things. Also, I think my metal bookmarks are also sold out too. I only had 4 left, so if you missed out, that's why it helps to pledge early when the campaigns go live. So the last 2 trading cards of the character bio trading cards have been unlocked, so that completes the set of the trading cards. So if you pick up the trading card set as an add-on, these are going to get added to your order at no additional cost, which gives you a complete set. So I'm very happy that these 2 cards got unlocked. We're still working on the next couple of things, though. The next stretch goal that is close to getting unlocked, can we do this by Friday? At 5,500, this Jaden Lanning art postcard gets unlocked, which means that everybody will get and everybody will get this art print in their order if it gets unlocked. And if we're really lucky, the Hail Mary, if we happen to hit $7,500 by Friday, hey, look, a lot can happen on a campaign. You never know. This second art card by Jaden Lanning will be unlocked as well, and everybody will be able to get these art cards. Like I said, so a lot can happen in a lot can happen by Friday. So here you have it. This is my campaign for EGORAVEN, currently on Kickstarter right now with 43 hours to go. Like I said, thank you so much to the 144 people who have pledged already. I know that there's a whole bunch of you still watching the campaign, and just waiting for the last 24 hours, because then it's like, at least it gets, you pay for it at that moment, because once the campaign closes, they charge your account. So a lot of people wait until the last minute because it just charges your card immediately. So if that's a thing for you, just make sure you get your pledge in before Friday 11:45 a.m. because that's when the campaign that's when the campaign will close. So thank you so much for indulging me with that. I don't remember them off the top of my head, but I'll send you the link to them after the show. So yeah, because the metal bookmarks are really nice. They're a little on the pricey side, but they make really really good giveaways on campaigns. So they're really nice. But yeah, I'll send you the link to that after the show. It's like, oh no, nightmare scenario. Yeah, it's like I'm always terrified of that. It's like that's why I have one hard drive. I'm just preparing a whole bunch of other hard drives as well, just to back up some stuff. I use a cloud service to make sure that everything's backed up. And what was funny was that it was actually JD who said we need to use a cloud service because a couple of artists that he was following, they went on vacation and the apartment building that they lived in burned down while they were on vacation, but they were still able to print their books because they had everything on this cloud service called Carbonite, not Spawn, but so ever since then, it's like, put everything, let's use Carbonite. Let's always have a backup of everything. Oh, there you go. Yeah. So, phew, right? It's like you probably only had a heart attack for for as long. That's the worst. I'm always afraid because I've had that happen a couple of times where I'm cleaning up files, and I accidentally delete the master folder when I thought I was deleting a duplicate. And it's just, yeah, nightmare scenario. But I'm glad you found your commission. Yeah, because it's like, look at it like this. Because the only absolutely. I mean, because the only good that you can get out of something like that is that, okay, I could do the commission better the second time. But you're going to you're going to be resentful of it the entire time. So yes, so I'm very glad you found you found your commission. So so what else was I up to? So so there was a couple of things. So last week I was showing off the Saturday AM book that I was finishing, that I finished the annual 2023 that I was reading last week. It was a very enjoyable book because if you missed it, on last Friday, we had Frederick L. Jones on from Saturday AM, and we had a really fun time. That the interview went for an hour, a little over an hour. He was very generous that he gave us the time and extra time to talk. Was very happy with. So if you missed our interview with Frederick L. Jones, check that out on the playlist, either on my channel or Indie Comics Network. It's a really good interview. He really gave out a lot of good information and advice. Right? Right. Oh, lurk. Yes, please lurk. Thank you. Thank you. Clip Studio, like I said, I'm going to have to just spend a weekend just forcing myself to do a piece from beginning to end just to learn where everything is. And I think I'll be okay. I got the sense that it was an easier program than I was kind of letting on. I just need to concentrate on it and just do a piece from beginning to end, and I think I'll be okay. So the books that I was also, so like I said, we had Frederick on. So the next book that I moved on was, I'm finally reading Apple Black by White Manga. So I mean, I'm having a fun time with it. I'm not, the funny thing is that I'm actually reading like two books at the same time, actually three, uh, trying to get through my pile. And so the other book that I'm almost done reading is The Girl with the Mega Fists by Tyler Carpenter. I was on his show the other I was on Nita sending me smoke signals again in the background. I also was on a show with him the other day. We bitched about marketing on Kickstarter, and then we played Battleship, which was pretty fun. So I'm reading both of these books, and the one thing that I'm getting out of both of them is that I am not familiar with the anime you guys grew up on. I am really not. I'm not up on like the tropes and things, because what I found with both of these books is that they're kind of like, not that they're similar stories. One has nothing to do with the other, but the fact is that you could tell the influences that these two artists grew up on are the same. But the thing is, though, they're not the influences that I grew up on in terms of anime. So so it's like I'm not like they both they both use very similar tropes. Now the thing is, though, I'm not saying trope as a bad thing. They're just recognizable story elements. I use them in EGORAVEN too. It's not that big of a deal. In the end, it's like there's no originality. It's just what you do with it. And it's just really funny to see how you have similar like these similar story beats, but you get two different stories. Pretty much you just get two different takes on them, and that's kind of like what I feel is kind of going on here, reading these two books at the same time. And the thing is to see some of this, is to kind of see some of the similarity, where it's like, oh, okay, so these guys grew up on Dragon Ball, guys grew up on Naruto. It's like, which or I am not familiar. Absolutely, a trope is just storytelling. It's just a storytelling tool. That's it. In fact, I mean, it's like, yeah, exactly, it just needs to fit the theme. It's like, yeah, it's, look, they're technically, it's like, technically what I write is writing about the tropes that I enjoy seeing. All I'm doing is putting them in a cohesive story, it's so that everything fits in well. It's just that the like the shonen the shonen genre is not the thing that I really grew up on. I mean, because like, look, it's like I grew up on, like Akira and Ixer 1 and Bubblegum Crisis. There's another, what was he watching? He was watching Outlanders the other day. It's like, it's like, well, you see, I think that we kind of like yours is more shonen. No, shoujo. I think yours is more shoujo than it is shonen. That's what I think it is. If I'm saying the the categories correctly, because it's like, I mean, you had, even though your Celestial Pulse, which, by the way, if you pledge to EGORAVEN, everybody who pledges, physical and digital level, you will get a bonus PDF bundle that has almost 20 different PDFs of indie comics. Visenia's book Celestial Pulse is in there. John Celestri, who is also in the chat, his book A Bloodwing Angel is also in there. There's a whole bunch, 20 other books that you can get. So you're not only getting my book, you're getting 20 other PDFs to try out and find your next favorite book in the campaign. So it's like, you know what? I'm sharing the love with everybody. So yeah. So so I'm thinking more like kind of like the that you're more into like even so even though like your book is action oriented, there's a very heavy romance angle to it, and it's like yeah, you got me there. It's like, oh, you just took that button. It's like, yeah, this is what we're doing. Inuyasha, yeah, that's my sister's the favorite manga, that and Rurouni Kenshin, that one. So that's that would make sense. That would completely make sense. Yeah. Like I said, it's like, mine, like I said, mine was more, Ixer and Bubblegum Crisis. And what's funny is that even though, like, I am I'm subconsciously influenced by Rose of Versailles and what was the other one? Utena. But the thing is, though, I'm not familiar with either of these books. I've yet to read, but it's like there are certain things from those books that I've internalized somehow, like visually, and it's like, so I really should sit down and read that manga. So yeah, it's like Macross and Robotech. Yeah, yeah, so there's kind of like this overlap. So I'm enjoying both of these books. So if Apple Black, Girl with the Mega Fist, so you can I'll put links in the show notes so you know where to get that. But the thing is, though, here's the thing. This, in my old age, this is where I find my interest. It really is now. Ixer 1. Definitely Ixer 1, that the original. Yeah, I never saw Excellion. It's like and I barely remember Ixer 3. So yeah, so it's like, yeah, but definitely Ixer 1 though. So in the meantime, I know I've showed this before. I'm still trying to get through this Yoi novel, this Yoi novel. And it really, I think that it's a little slow going because one, I'm not sure if I'm not sure about the translation, like how they translate, so it's one of these boy love books, right? It's about a guy who runs a restaurant, and the mystery guy, and then a mystery guy shows up and just takes over his life, type of thing. The prose is really strange. It's very direct, and I'm not sure if that's an issue with the translation or that's how it reads. So it's a little slow going for me to get through. But also, what it's also kind of reinforcing as well, that I really need my genre. It's like I really need it. I really need my stories to be some kind of genre story. I've never been a fan of slice of life, and I guess this kind of falls under that because it's just very normal. It's just very, like I said, the guy owns a restaurant and the mystery guy comes in, and and the story continues from there. But yeah, I think that it just reinforced that it's like, what, yes. Yes it is. Look, I got like 5,000 of these. I'm going to use them. So yeah, so it's like it, maybe if it was like a fantasy or something, like I would have gotten through this better. But yeah, so far it's kind of slow, and like I said, the translation, the English is a little weird. So like I said, I'm not sure if it's the translation, but yeah, I'm going to get through this, and look, I'm reading two. Technically, I'm reading three books at the same time, so I'm going to get through this, and I'm going to give my final thoughts on it when I finally do. But at the moment, it's like it's okay, but like I said, it's like it really like I really needed this to be like a fantasy or something, you know. So yeah, so that's um however, that's where this comes in. I know I've spoken about this before. I just got this today. Now the thing is though, this is an actual manga from Japan. I bought it. You know, I bought this from eBay, from an eBay seller. I just got this today. So I know that I've mentioned in the past that I was reading some scanlations of a series called what was it, Revenant 7 or something. I gotta look it up. And it's an Omega verse Yoi series. And let me see if I can find, they had an advertising for it. Oh, okay, here it is. So this is pretty much, this was the main series that I was reading. So it's a Yoi novel. Well, it's a Yoi manga based in the Omega verse genre, okay, which is kind of like, you know, you have the beast men, which I guess is that's what they call furries. I guess they just call them beast men or whatnot. And then it's like society is broken up into like three levels. Omegas, which are the beast people, betas, which are humans, which is like mostly like the predominant human population. And then there's omegas, which is the underclass. It's a human underclass made up of men and women who their primary place in this society is to bear children for the alphas. And it seems like both the men and both male and female omegas can get pregnant. And but the thing is that this story is mostly about a male omega, and this particular book that I got, this is about their kids. And I just had to get this because the artwork is just really really like beautiful and cute, painfully cute at the same time. Like these are their kids right here. So, and this is about, you know, so this is just about how the alpha wolf and the omega guy have kids because that's how these stories go. And this is just, so this is so what I got was Petite Mignon Jujin Omegaverse. And it's just a story. It's just kind of like backstory about their kids. I mean, look at how adorable that is. I couldn't resist. And out of all the Omegaverse manga, this was the one that I liked the best. In terms of like the artwork and kind of the overall story, which again is tropey because it seems that the Omegaverse, which by the way started in supernatural fandom. You know, so it's like, yes, the two douches in the car, you know, it's the Winchesters, right? And it's like, for some reason, the fandom came up with this entire Omegaverse universe thing based on that show. And I don't know how there's a connection, but there is. So, and it seems that the Japanese really, really liked it. So, and really ran with it. So they made an entire, so this was one of the better books. So let me see. The artist's name is Hasumi Hama, and it's being published by Daria Comics in Japan. And it just seems like Daria is a anthology that only specializes in boy love stories. So that's so yes, this is in Japanese, but I'm reading the scanlations simultaneously online. I forgot the name of the website that I'm using. It's really bootleg because I have to make sure that I use ad blockers, because it's just it's really gross. All the fucking porn ads that keep popping up every time. I just want to read the manga. Leave me alone. So I got this today. I'm waiting for the rest of the books to come in. I pretty much bought her entire collection. It's like 6 other books that I'm waiting for it to come in. So I'll do a separate video on that when I get these books. But Fujoshi for life. I don't know. Or at least at this point in my life. It's like, look, it's like, look, look, I'm really, really heavy into like fluffy or even non-fluffy romance right now. So it's like I kind of like anything that kind of like pushes that button, I'm more likely to go to, which is probably why the shonen stuff, like it's enjoyable, but it's not what I want to read. Like that's not where kind of like my mindset is right now. So I can't help it. So that's what I've been reading lately. That's what I got lately. So okay, so enough of that. So yeah, so let's get to work. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to clean up my desktop right here. I'm going to throw a bump, and then I'm going to switch over to my Cintiq, and I am going to work on some Tall Tales pages while we talk some more. So let me do that, and I'll be right back. Where am I? Here we go. Right back. Okay. All right. So after pretty much running down my weird reading habits, actually they're not that weird. Let's see. So as I stated, I'm working on a full color Tall Tales comic for Kickstarter later on this year. Actually, it's the next campaign that comes after EGORAVEN 6. So I am like really, really pushing to finish this. So as you can see, this is the previous page that I have up on the screen as reference, so that I can reference some of the colors for this page. So what I did was I cleaned up some of the line work from the original page that I had. I took out cross hatching. I took out a lot of superfluous cross hatching. Looks like there's a spot here that I have to clean up, so I might as well do that. So let me put on my glove, and it's like, look, I'm just amazed at how well. So thank you again, Visenia, for reminding me that this exists, because it really makes it so much easier. I didn't realize how much the other glove actually, because it's not made for this, it doesn't slide across the screen. So it was actually a little slower working with the other glove than it was for this one. Yeah, so what I was doing, like, so I had like a lot of this like type of cross hatching, and I had to decide how much of that I had to clean up before. Oh, yes, yes, that's true. That's true, Patrick. Thank you. Um let's see. Let me see. Is it playing? Is that, let's see. Oh, it's just really, really okay, hold on. All right, you guys hear it? Yeah, because I guess it's one of those musics that starts off really, really quietly. No, you don't hear it? Let's see. Okay, now you're hearing it. Okay. Yeah, it's one of those kind of quiet. The next one will probably. Yeah, it's okay. Okay, good, good, good. Um yeah, it's one of those. It kind of has an Echo the Dolphin kind of vibes going. So okay, so yeah, so I was looking, so what I was doing was taking a lot of this cross hatching that and I was just pretty much just erasing them because when the book was originally published in black and white, um it made sense to have all this extra detail in it. um or as Will Eisner would say, yeah, you with the doohickey lines, those lines don't mean anything, why are you putting them in there? It's like, look, Todd McFarlane was big back then, so everybody was trying to copy him. So um but when I was redoing these pages for color, a lot of those lines just kind of like really interfered with the coloring. So what I was doing was cleaning up the characters because where I had wanted um that's where I had wanted you know the colors to really pop. The background's not so much. I mean, it's not like I'm putting in a lot of detail into it. But so this is what it looks like straight from the flatters. So like you can kind of see the difference. Like this is what a finished piece looks like. Hold on, I'm just going to lower that music a little bit more. Okay, yeah, because I just want it to be more in the background rather than it's like, oh, am I fighting this? So so this is how I get the flats back from the flatter. And then all I'm going to do is just start like correcting. And then it's like let's do this first panel here. So what I'm going to do is would help if I was on the right layer. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to fill in like all the basic colors. Like let me just do this one character here. So I'm going to put in his correct colors. Right, and then I'm just going to like, okay. No. Yeah, and that's pretty, and this is pretty much what I've been doing for like the past couple of weeks, is just coloring, just getting these pages ready. My Well, what I have to do is that I have to have 30 pages done before the week by Friday. Even if it's just finishing the 30th page on Friday, um, that's that's what I have to do, because then that way for the by the end of the month, that it's like, yes, I'll have the last 10 pages done, and I'll have the entire 40 40 pages. So the story's 40 pages. I have to get up to 30 done this Friday, which doesn't sound that bad because technically it's only 5 pages I have to finish between now and Friday, which I can do. That's fine. And then next week I have to finish the rest of the 10 pages because um when May starts, I have to I have to move on to the next project. Um because I have so many things I have to finish um before. Yeah, it's like I'm trying to get ahead of myself on certain projects. And the thing is though, even though, so like the next project is a 16-page short story, which after I'm done with it will actually be like probably either 20 16 20 21 probably like 24 pages actually, because yesterday I decided I was going to add another 8 pages to it. So so I want to work on that in May before I have to go back to doing this coloring all over again for EGORAVEN issue 7. So, and I technically, logically, I should be working on issue 7, like coloring issue 7 in May, but I really need the break between similar projects. It's like I don't want to do another set of coloring, of digital coloring. Like I want the break with the pencils and the inking. Um and then and then once I have that, go to I can go back to coloring again feeling like okay, like with a fresh with a fresh mind. Um as opposed to feeling like I'm kind of like doing this never-ending book, even though that's not what it is, but the coloring's the same, the flatting's the same. um and I need to break that up, or else that's how I end up burning out very quickly. So okay, so let me see, so let me put in his colors. um yeah. Because yeah, the good thing is that these are the only 2 characters I have to be accurate with this page. Everything else I can kind of play around with the colors that the flatters kind of set in, and just tweak them from there, which I appreciate greatly. That was the one thing that I realized on this project, that I was moving a lot faster because I was able to not have to think so hard about the background characters, because there's a lot of background characters in this story, but I didn't have to think so much about them because I was able to make the colors that the flatters chose work. And honestly, it's like that really helped with the with avoiding decision fatigue. um let's see. But yeah, it's like I know that um yeah, it's like I know probably everyone wanted to see the second half of the Clip Studio Paint debacle. But yeah, I really needed to get these pages going, even though technically the piece I was working on is for like a future campaign. But um I really need to get that done the way I get my pieces done, so there's at least that consistency. And then, like I said, just crash course Clip Studio so that it'll be a lot easier for me to move on. Um, because because after last week, yeah, I realized that it's like, oh, it's not that bad. It's like there's, you know, I was, it was pretty nice to see what I was able to accomplish, even though it didn't seem like much. But it kind of got my feet wet, and now it's like I know how I have to move forward with it. Because yeah, unfortunately, um I just have so much, like so much on my plate that um I can't experiment with stuff as much as I would like. Um, but there's a way for me to incorporate this, what I need. But yeah, so like reading Apple Black and whatnot, it was funny to see to see kind of like the the similar tropes being used in two different books. And like I said, that's not a bad thing. um it was just funny to see how two different people took the references of the same you know series that they use and that they grew up on and incorporate it into their books. Because one of the things that because I mentioned my YouTube channel, how I've been doing more little videos. And what I one of the ideas that I have for another video is to talk about like the things, the media that influenced me with the book. Like I already did the Elf Quest one. um so there's a video, so I have a video in progress. Well, progress being that it's on the list. That I want to do a video talking about Rocket Raccoon, the original Mike. Well, it's not the original, but it's the Mike Mignola run of Rocket Raccoon. I want to do a video on that. I want to do a video on how A Knight's Tale and The Witcher um, actually gave me permission to do fantasy my way. Because like for the it's about like the people who said that, like, oh, realistic fantasy or historically accurate fantasy. And A Knight's Tale and The Witcher were the two things that gave me the confidence to finish EGORAVEN the way I did, because the 15 issues are done. But but the thing is, though, is that those two things gave me permission to do the world the way I wanted. What's funny is like how at the time I didn't know I wanted until especially when I saw The Witcher, and it's like, yeah, that's exactly how I want to world build. That's exactly how I want to do it. I don't want historically accurate fantasy. I think that defeats the purpose of fantasy for me. Um, let's see. So now I have to find, there's a particular page I have to find. So let me just open up InDesign. I'm going to open up InDesign and open up my file so I know which page. Let's see. Okay. So this is okay. So let me show you guys here. So this is my InDesign file. I'm pretty sure I showed you guys this already last week. So because when I did the first 10 pages, okay, there we go. So here is, so I've been putting together the finished color pages. So you're getting another peek at this again, because I know, I'm pretty sure I showed you guys the last 10 pages. And let's see. So I really like the way these came out. There's a lot of panels that I'm going to be able to use like individually on the next campaign. It's like I'm really happy with the way a lot of these came out. So yeah, so now it's like I'm just looking for one particular panel that there's something that I need to I think I might have missed it. Let me see. So like this scene right here, especially like the fact that I was able to just use the Flatters colors, you know, it was, like I said, was a real godsend for me, because that's a lot of characters to individually think about. All I had to do was just like either use the color as is, or just kind of tweak it a bit so that it was a little bit more in, I guess, in fitting the tone of the page. So yeah, so don't worry about spoilers. There's no real spoilers here without the text. This is a very story heavy issue, so it's like a lot of what's going on is actually in the text. I mean, you can get the basic idea from just looking at the images. Like, I really like the way this came out too. Oh, these are probably my favorite pages. I was going for like a storybook vibe for these pages, and you know, and it's like, and they looked okay in color. I mean, they looked okay in black and white, but I think in color it really does, like, especially with that parchment texture, really does, you know, it's like, again, this was the effect I was gunning for. This yeah, this kind of like storybook feel, and which continues on this page as well. I think it's yeah, where did I think it's I missed, did I miss the panel that I needed? Ah, here it is. So what page is that? 19. Okay, so let me put that up here. And I am going to open, where's 19? 19. There we go. So I wanted to make sure that I got the right color, which is probably the same color I was using for everything. So let's see. So there we go. Okay, so all right, so like, okay, so we have, all right, so now I have the major characters done. All right, so on this panel. So okay, so of course these colors here on these main characters, on these background characters, hold on, sometimes my cursor gets sticky, you know, they're obviously weird, you know, so I'm not going to leave them like that. First, let me lighten up these rocks here. Let me lighten these up. Let's see. So, because that color is not, let's see. Okay. Okay, So let me see. So let me do this. Just so I can add just a little bit more. There we go. A little bit more contrast. Okay, so let's try to. Okay, let's start with this guy first. Now, his colors, I think as a base, we can work with this. The only thing that I have is that they're too dark, and they're just they just don't quite work. But at least I don't have to think about them. So, oh, bye, Allison. Bye, Allison. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to lighten this color. Like, I like the color, but I just don't like how. Let me see, a little bit more brown there. Okay, we can work with that. I'll probably leave the boots the way they are. They don't seem so bad now that I got that dark brown out of there. Okay, let's see. Let's lighten here. That's a little too light. Okay. And then let's see. Yeah, that works better. So let me lighten up this color as well. Okay, I can do that. Let me just fill this in. There we go. Okay. Let's see. Now, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to change. Let me see. Let's see. I don't want. Purple seems to be a to-go color. Like, okay, this is, I don't like, I see a lot of purple in these flats. I really don't feel it, so I have to be careful that purple doesn't like dominate too much. So what I'm going to do, especially with this scene that has a lot of gray in it, I'll probably, let me see, let's use like a green, but kind of like a grayish green. But because it's green, he stands out from the rocks. So let me see. We'll do that. Because at this point I don't want to use like brown either. So for this guy, I'm gonna take, let me see, I'm gonna take that color. Wait, first let me fill in his eye. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to. All right. So let me do nose. Okay. All right, yeah, it's already looking better. All right, so let's do something with this orange. He's a little too orange. So let's see. So I'm going to. Oh, where's my color wheel? Oh, here it is. All right, I'll probably lighten him up again, but maybe this way. Okay, yeah, much better. Much better. You see, and that's also the reason why I didn't want to put brown. I didn't want to put brown on his tunic here, because then it would have been too brown, too much going on. So let me take that and let me use this and gray that out a bit. And let's just do something like this. Yeah, so that's let me just add a little bit more here. So yeah, so there we go. So that's why, so in the end, it's like, you see that I didn't have to really think too much about the colors, because it's like, oh, I was just working with what was there already, as opposed to like having to like, okay, what is this color, what does he have to be in this? So so let's continue with this character. So I'm just going to take that. Okay, so we're just going to fix up his, you see him, his colors are a little too wacky, so I'm gonna have to kind of think about it a bit. Although I like this color. It's just that here doesn't seem to like this. Okay, because here I think I can make this work. Yeah, much better, much better. So now for him, let's see. Let's do this. Okay. Of course, I'm going to change that yellow. I'm just saving that for last. Okay. Let's see. Let me see, because I know he appears in the next panel. Okay, so I have to do it this way. So let me do it. Okay. Okay. Oh, okay. So obviously I put more detail in this version of the character than I did here. So I have to go back. Oh, so a small world. Small world. There you go. Yeah. From Roll Positive Gaming, right? But isn't that funny? Yeah. So okay. Well, let me. You know what? Let me finish this this panel, and let's see what color. I think I should give him this. Yeah, I like that better. Okay, so all right. Yeah, so let me just make sure these are the. Well, because we're a much, I guess we're a much smaller community than we think, because here's the funny thing, because like I didn't know that I had met Nita years ago. I had no idea. Like I thought that like I was just meeting her for the first time like 2 years ago. No, it turns out that we had already met like I don't know, like 10, 15 years ago. It's just that we didn't know each other like that. I mean, she was it's like gosh, it's like when was I, because she said that she first met me in person, I think it was Wizard World Chicago. It was either Wizard World Chicago or it was like a furry convention in the same area. I just don't remember what it could be, but I remember Wizard World Chicago, and she said that she had met me there and she had bought some stuff off of me, and it's like, and it was just like, yeah, like there's a lot of people that I hang out with now, that it turns out that I met them years ago at conventions. It should like that's just how many conventions I've been at, and just like how everybody just crisscrosses. You know, you never leave your fandom pretty much. You know? Oh, so there you go. You see, yeah, I know. You know, it's like, yeah, it's you see, all roads lead to anime tropes. Yeah, but yeah, that's kind of like how it feels. There's a lot of people that I talk to regularly now that it turns out that we met already, you know, but we just didn't realize we met already. You know, it is funny when that happens. Okay, so wrong. Okay, so okay, so this is the panel, the finished panel. Well, finished in terms of this is the color corrected panel. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to color. I'm just going to add some more. Add a little bit more here. Okay. So okay, so let me. Okay, so let's just move on to the next panel here. Okay. Yeah, I know, right? It's like, so when did, yeah, I was about to say, you know what? Maybe we have met before, because like, look, if you're originally from New York, I guarantee we might have passed each other at some point at a convention, at a con. You know, it's like at some point we passed each other at a convention and didn't know it. Just accept it that might be the reality of it. Hey Joe, hey Joe. Yeah, that's yeah, I'm pretty sure that yeah, that's probably what happened. uh, Let me do the easy spots first here. But you guys notice how there you are. So you guys noticed that I'm a little bit faster and more confident in Photoshop than I was in Clip Studio Paint, right? I mean, that's just the reality of it. Oh, you know, yeah, it's look, and you know what the funny thing about JD and Jay Rosario is that Jay Rosario grew up buying his comics from the same grocery store JD worked at, because his father owned the grocery store. And what JD would do was he would buy these like quarter boxes from a convention where it's like for $40 you get like a whole long box full of comics, and he would bring it to his father's grocery store in Brooklyn. And little did we know, baby JD Rosario was coming into that exact store and buying his comics from those boxes that Jose had bought at a convention just to sell it at his father's store. I mean, it it was yeah, so it's like, yeah, it really is a small world, you know. It's like you know you know no, oh, you didn't know. I mean, it's like, yeah, it's like Jose is in the basement. Well, now he's at work, but JD is in the basement, and I'm upstairs. So it's like, that's why it's like, yeah, so we have our own spaces that we stream from. So it looks like two different places, but it's the same house. And then JD Rosario, he lives he lives nearby as well, or at least near enough. And it's just, and again, it's like crossing paths. Um, we really do. We really do. And then what happens is that the space creature shows up, and then we all find out that we have all powers, and we have to like join together. We have to form Voltron or something. I don't know. Maybe let's not hope for that anime trope. Maybe that's not a good anime trope for us to find out we're a part of. Nobody has pink hair, so nobody's the main character, so that's good. All right. Um Where was I? Oh yes, I was here. Yeah, so okay, so see. Yeah, exactly. It was just really, really funny, to find out like everybody crossed paths, We all cross paths for a reason, right? Oh. So yeah, it really like I said, what happened here? Oh, okay, I see what happened. Yeah, when I do like a full fill, I have to be careful that it doesn't affect other panels that I just finished. So okay, there we go. So okay, so talking about our influences, like speaking of tropes that we love that influence the work that we do, right? So what? Okay, so Visenia said her that she read a lot of Inuyasha. Everybody else in the chat, or if best too, she could answer more than once. What books, like what are like the books that really establish the main tropes that you like using in your work? Because like I said, I want to do more videos focusing on that. Like I said, so the next video I want to do is about The Witcher and A Knight's Tale, Rocket Raccoon, and then what else? Oh, it's like, yeah, I know I definitely eventually have to do a video on The Secret of Nim, which was huge, and The Last Unicorn. If there was any two animated movies that really influenced me, is that. Other movies that other movies that that influenced me as well was Dragon Slayer. I forgot what year that came out. Like that was a really big influence. Let's see, it's like there was like there like and especially when I was younger, like the movie Francis Ford Coppola's The Black Stallion was really, really, really big. That's another really big one. Beauty and the Beast was huge as well. It's like I wouldn't be asking, Joe. I wouldn't be asking if I didn't want to know. Because it's like, yeah, it's like, because like I said, it's like I said, tropes are not bad. They're just storytelling they're just storytelling things that like there's certain tropes that I really like seeing. It's like um it's like it's like although it's like although EGORAVEN really like follows the Joseph Campbell device of the hero's journey. I mean, it's like it's really funny because I was looking at a chart of the hero's journey chart, and it's just kind of like really funny how certain like there's a certain part where it's like the hero gets the divine calling and they refuse it. But what's funny is that I think that what was funny, like in EGORAVEN, it's actually the opposite, because it's like technically it's the mortal world that calls her, and she kind of refuses it until she's forced back into it. Where it's like, that's it, it's just really fun. Yeah, so that's Yu Yu Hakusho. Okay, Yu Yu Hakusho. I don't. Yeah, it's like, what it is. It's like, yeah, it's like it's kind of funny how, yeah, like those were the type of anime that I was seeing as I was kind of getting out of it. Because that's the one with that was kind of like, I think that came out the same time as Pokemon, right? Because it was also another card. If I'm thinking of the right one, right? Yeah, Devil May Cry and Tekken. Oh, what video games? A video game. I didn't play a lot of video games, but the ones that stood out, the one that stands out for me is Alice Madness Returns. That one was an influence. I really like that game. Like American McGee, who he just recently he spent the last 2.5 years Patreon funding. You okay? So I would have to look that up. Hold on, let me look that up so I don't sound completely ignorant. Hold on. Let me see. What was images? Oh, okay. I'm not. Yeah, it's like, what it is. It kind of has a Rumiko Takahashi feel, but I don't think that's one of hers, is it? Yoshihiro Togashi is the creator. But I recognize the artwork, but this is definitely not something that. Oh, Yu-Gi-Oh! That was the one I was confusing it with. Yu-Gi-Oh! Yeah, no. Yeah, because Card Captor, the Studio Clamp stuff was that was like more the stuff that you know what? It's like your thing has Card Captor's vibes too. It's let's see. Okay, so Joe says Airmaster, Lupin the Third, Project Echo. Wow, yeah. Captain Harlock, Dominion Tank Police. That's another Shiro one. The only thing I remember from Dominion Tank Police was the two cat girls. But honestly, Visenia, I think that's also. I mean, did you read? Did you see a lot of Studio Clamp stuff like Card Captors? Because you have that vibe too in Celestial Pulse. You have that. There's that vibe too. I think it's just the like whenever I think of Card Captors, I think of like everything like everything is so pretty, and especially like the way you do her costume. Fuji's costumes and clothing, especially as the series went on. It just gets more prettier and more lush, you know. Like even, oh my god, the two guys, oh my god, what was it? I don't Vincent, it was Vincent and the cute guys. Who are the two cute guys in your series? It's like, yeah, just everything just is looking more and more beautiful as it goes along. Aiden, yes, oh my god. Talk about a button. I mean, because really, it's like that scene where it's like, I think it's like, she's in the hospital room, and it's like, and it's like he kind of gets a little too close, and she's kind of like getting all flustered, and she kind of like, and they were about to kiss, and it's like, no, she goes, no, don't do it. I'm going, yes, do it. What are you doing? So I love that shit. There's just something, that's a trope that I love seeing. The whole, like, when they're about to kiss but they don't, like something interrupts them. I love that shit. Love it. Let's see. Card Captor. Yeah, Card Captor. What else? Yeah, you see, that's the thing. I'm so behind. Oh, like honestly, the last yeah, that was really apparent. Everyone turns into fashionistas as it goes on. Um you like for like let's see, like, yeah, so the Alice return, oh right, so American McGee, he spent 2.5 years trying to get a third Alice game done, and at EA, yeah, I think it's like EA Arts. It was an electronic, wait, yeah, I think so. It was, one of those companies. um they refused. They passed on the project. But you see, but the thing is, though, is that because they own the rights, not only did they say they were not interested in a third, they're not interested in the project, but they're still keeping the IP. It's not like, they're not giving him back his IP for him to do something with it. It's like, no, we're not going to do anything with it, but we're not letting you do anything with it either. So he had to tell all the people who supported him on Patreon that the project was dead. So, so it was just like, that was kind of like, upsetting, because people were like, I know, we want this project to work and blah, blah. Oh, so that's okay. Yeah. So, because I knew that, yeah, and Sailor Moon. Yeah, that's true. Let's see. What was it? Blank Canvas, the 5-volume auto bio. The mangaka is behind Princess Jellyfish. Okay, I'll check that out. Oh yeah. EA. Yeah, evil company tried to still grab his. Yeah, so they wouldn't give back Alice back to American McGee. They said that they weren't going to do anything with it, but you can't do it either. And, I mean, it was just like, so he was pissed. Obviously, he was pissed. His fan base is pissed. And he said, it's like, you know what? Screw this. The project's done. There's nothing more I can do. Let's all move on. And it's a shame. It's a shame, really. Because it's like, I did enjoy, I really enjoyed the first, but here's the catch, though. I can only play the game in God mode. I am way too old to be grinding on a video game. I'm way too old to be grinding on a video game. So I have to play these games in God mode for me to just be able to enjoy the environment and the story progression and everything. So, and then it's like, at worst, when I can't get when I can't, let's see how that looks. Oh, hold on. Okay. All right. So let me see how that works. I think it could use more of a, let me see. Oh, much better, much better. So, okay, so let me, so let's, yeah, so I'm the type that I prefer to watch people play games than I do actually playing it. Like there was another game, because like games I used to watch, like I think like the only other game I used to play a lot was Diablo. That game I actually played by myself for a while. I never made it to the ending. But that was and then like the other games I would watch, I watched JD play like I think I played Doom too. Let me date myself. Duke Nukem, he played Duke Nukem. He then played Diablo, and then I watched Jose play Diablo online. I guess like it was at Diablo 2 and Diablo 3, I think it was. And then like my sister used to play a lot of Donkey Kong Country, and let's see, what was the other one? Oh, like I mentioned the dolphin one, Echo the Dolphin, you know. Um you know, okay, oh hold on. Let me start putting in, let me show you. Okay, so I'm gonna put the shading in. Oh, hold on, let me get his eyebrows. And that's the funny. Yeah, so it's like, yeah, I'm more of a watcher than a player. Like I just enjoy it, but there's certain games that I have tried to play by myself, but like I said, I just don't have the patience to grind on a game to learn um the bits and bobs of it. um Okay, so let's put let's start, let's shade in this panel because it seems really easy enough. So so I'm going to okay. All right, so then I'm going to set it to multiply, and there we go. So that's my easy way of shading. I swear that whole like this lavender color on a multiply layer was a real game changer for me. Also the other trope that I enjoy tremendously is that thing that it's like practically every anime has it seems. There's always a scene where the future love interest, like like they're either running through a hallway or they're going through a door and they knock into the dude or something, and they both fall on the floor. And then it's like, the dude is on the floor and the girl is on top of him. It's like, oh my goodness, and it's like, I love that. I love that trope. Let's see. Let's see. Okay, so all right, so we'll see you later, Visenya. go eat. But thank you for the raid, though. Thank you, and just for coming and chatting. Thank you so much. It's always fun. Yeah. So yeah, but let's see. But other video games other than that, yeah, because that's what I did with because there was the first Alice game, then there was the so talk to you later, miss. Arg, go raid. Sounds like a pirate. Have fun storming the castle. So yeah, because with like the first one, like I said, the first one I actually played the Alice game, but like I said, only on God mode. The second one, oh my god, it's like like I have it, right? But the thing is, though, the thing took like I remember like it took like a half hour for it to load, on my computer, because it's like there was like all these updates and things that EA required on the computer, and it was just like kind of like an ordeal. And I don't remember ever playing it because I just got so fed up with like every time I would go to play it, there was all these updates that needed to be done. And it's like, oh, forget it, So it's like I ended up watching speed runs on YouTube, you know? Because it's like I just couldn't get it to work in the end on my computer. So yeah, so it's like yeah, so I just ended up watching people playing the game, um and just left it at that. But yeah, but it's really a shame though with American McGee, because it's like that is so grimy, right? I mean, the company's not doing anything with the property, Yeah, I know, the nerve of constant updates, you know. Um, it's like I don't understand. Like, I mean, and mind you, I thought that I had a pretty good system at the time, because I'm constantly doing digital work or whatnot. So it's not like I can, I have to have a system that can handle all this. And oh, it was such a thing. Um, but yeah, but that's really grimy on EA's part to pretty much say that it's like, oh, we don't know what to do with this. We're not the market, you know. You know, I mean, God forbid, I'm able to play a game just by putting it in the CD player and and running it. God forbid. You know. Oh, okay. Oh no, this is going to be the highlights. Yeah, so I mean, so even though I was never going to play the game, um it was disappointing, to hear that. And it's like, yeah, I'm sure that he's pretty mad about it too. But, in the end it's like, do what? That's why he was telling his fans on Patreon that it's like, because they say, oh, can we do fan works of it and whatnot, and he said, it's like, look, you can do whatever you want, just like you do with any other IP. Just know that the company can come after you if you try to like do anything with it, especially, like, do the artwork, just don't sell the prints type of thing. Like he just had to wash his hands of it. Oh. Okay. All right, so let's. Okay, good. So there. So as you can see, that's what a finished panel is supposed to look like. So okay, so let me just go back to this first panel and start working on this. Okay. Oh, Golden Boy. Why does that sound familiar? Let me look that up. Golden Boy what's that one? Oh, I remember this. Yeah, I remember seeing this. I mean, like again, it's like the Yu Yu Hakusho. Like I recognize it, but but like I never saw it. I never experienced it. So maybe that's something that I have to like kind of work on as well. It's like after I finish getting through all these books that I have here, that maybe I should slowly go through all this anime that all you kids, all you youngins are influenced by, and see like if I can like finally understand. Oh, because one of the funniest tropes that these two books, Apple Black and Girl with the Mega Fist, that they were both doing. Well, the both of them, they were pulling some complete Dragon Ball stuff, where it's like, these really like bombastic fight scenes, and everybody's screaming out the names of whatever their battle move is. I guess. So there's just something really funny about that. Because it's like, talk about literally telegraphing what you're doing. It's like you're announcing what you're doing. It's like, no, but then again, it's like that is such a trope. That's a trope that stems all the way back to kung fu movies. So it's not like it's specific to Dragon Ball Z. But also like another thing that they were both doing, and mind you, I saw these things also repeated in the Saturday AM short stories, which is why it's like I said that it's like it's like, oh, it's like obviously they all grew up on the same anime that whatever was showing on TV during their formative years, and this is what and these are the tropes that they're incorporating into their stories. And like another one, this one kind of threw me off though, until I realized it's like, okay, this is obviously a thing because everybody is kind of using this. So it must be something from, like Dragon Ball Z and Naruto and, whatever it is, like I said, whatever it is you kids grew up on. And the other trope that I was seeing a lot of was like during the fight, or like even before a fight, about when they're about to fight, where there's this whole like exposition dumping, I guess. It's like, but that sounds negative. I mean, because I'm not meaning it that way. Where pretty much it's like the characters are all like kind of monologuing to each other, where it's like, it's very, and again, not necessarily an anime thing, because it's a very James Bond thing. Like if I really think about it, it's like, it's like, no, that's the shit that James Bond villains would do all the time. That they would like, just like, it's like they're about to fight, and it's like the villain has to give like this entire exposition, this entire like I guess, this info dump. This is where it happens, is right before, during, and and during a fight, And it's like, what makes it funny to me is that it's a lot of information. Like, how are you guys having the energy to fight the way you're fighting and then to talk this much at the same time, you know? So, and like I said, it's like, oh, okay, maybe this is like a Dragon Ball Z thing, but like I said, it's like, this is James Bond shit. This is James Bond stuff. Oh, and you know what? And again, it's like, it goes back martial art movies, right? To kung fu movies, where it's like the two masters are fighting, and they're having this entire conversation throughout the fight. So so it's just, and you see, the thing is, though, is that I think it's important to recognize those things for what they are, because it's very easy. It would have been very easy for me to dismiss these things as bad writing, you know, um, you know, um, which it's not, because it's like, okay, this is something that you've seen, like you've seen in these movies. This is the vibe that you want, so this is what you're incorporating into what you're doing, so yeah. So it's like no, it's like, okay, I can recognize it for what I'm seeing, for what it is, because look, I always say, it's not the trope, it's what you do with it. It's how you write. Like you can have, I mean, look at the entirety of like the fantasy genre, my book included. I mean, there's an entire series of tropes in fantasy literature, stemming from Tolkien, that everybody uses. It doesn't mean that that's lazy storytelling. It doesn't mean that that's that's bad writing. It just means that this is what's recognized. Like there's this recognizability in the story from whatever the origin that everyone, like I said, that they spent their formative years studying, or just pretty much being entertained by. um it's like, I just want to like think that it's like, oh, this is funny. I'm reading two different books by two completely, like, different people, but the same, but like there are similarities in their story. I mean, because like, it's just really funny how it's like even with EGORAVEN, like how many stories I'm beginning to like, I'm finding of, oh, the exiled princess, and and it's like, because because the thing is that, like, part of I guess, like, marketing in general, is that trying to find books that are similar to yours, to see what these other people are doing in terms of how are they marketing to their audience. And it's like, well, if they have a similar book to mine, that means that their audience is similar to mine, which means that that's an audience that could potentially overlap. And it's like, and I can gain, people from that audience as well, because it's like, people, even though, it's like, everyone has varied interests, there are certain things that you like reading over and over again. Like I said, it's like, I'm reading that novel, and it's like, I would have enjoyed it more if it was in a fantasy setting. If the guy was running an inn or something, or a pub, and this bard comes in, this mystery hot bard. That's The Witcher, isn't it? It's like, no, it's not. But this mystery bard comes in, and sweeps the innkeeper off his feet somehow. I mean, it's like, I would have enjoyed it more if it had those trappings, because again, it's like that's just what I prefer seeing over and over and over again. You know, um, so so yeah, so it was just you know, it's like yeah, I mean, it's like, yeah, well, I mean, it's like because Macross slash Robotech that came, that was never my interest, like the whole Gundam thing, like that was that's like like I said, it's like I don't know, it's like fantasy is just that, like that's just my thing, and and that's pretty much where I'm gonna stay. I'm not saying that there aren't like science fiction things that I could be interested in. I mean, after all, one of my favorite, books is Dune. But I think that that's because even though it's a science fiction book, he uses a lot of like medieval slash fantasy tropes in it as well, enough for me to be interested. Um, and it's just, also it's great stuff. So, um so okay, so pretty much I've just realized that we're at the top of the second hour, and if I could continue just blabbing, you know. So here's at least a finished panel, and this is where the shading is going on this one. So of course what I'm going to be doing is after the stream, I'm just going to continue on this page, and just because like I said, I have to get these pages finished by Friday, up to page 30 by Friday. So I guess the rate at I'm going, it's like if I do the one today, two tomorrow, and then the last two on Friday, I'll be good. If I really push myself, I could probably get 3 done tomorrow. So, and then it's like I just have 1 page left to do on Friday. And then what I can do is over the weekend, I can prep the last 5 pages, cleaning up the lines and probably putting in the shading for the last 10 pages. So then hopefully, so in the last week of April, I can just correct the colors and I'm done. I'm done with the color. I mean, I still have to set up the lettering and whatnot, but I can do that later. I can do that later because it's like I really do want to move on to penciling the 24 pages for the next book. So yeah, so I just want to pencil and inking. So it's like because that's what I want to spend May doing, is penciling and inking, and then I can go back to coloring. If worse comes to worse, during the campaign, I will be lettering this book. During the Tall Tales campaign, I'll be lettering the book. So then by the time the campaign is over, the book is completely done. And then hopefully it's like I can get I can get a proof out, and then we'll see how that goes. So yeah, so it's like, okay, so that's my that's my, hold on, let's cut that music. So that's so that's pretty much it for today, at least on screen, on the stream, because like I said, I'm gonna continue finishing this today. So because that's what I have to do, right? But at least being on the stream got me started on it, and then it's easy for me to get the momentum for it. So there you have it. There we go. That looks good. So I'm really happy with the way the coloring on this book is coming out. Well, that's the thing. I don't believe in doing that. That whole like all-nighter shit, it's like, no, I just rather just keep working consistently until it's done. I'm pretty much like, I don't think I've look, it's like I've never pulled an all-nighter, and I'm not starting now. You know, it's like I'm not like, oh my god, there's so many videos of these artists who do work for webtoons, and it's like, oh, I'm going to have to pull an all-nighter to meet my deadline, and I go, no, fuck that shit. No, absolutely not. You know, it's like either your obligation is more than you can handle, or your planning, your time management is not good. So so it's either one of those things, which means that one of those things have to be adjusted, you know. So yeah, no. I learned my lesson yet last year, trying to cram so much work into a short amount of time. And that barely. But yeah, it's like, it's more like I prefer my sleep. Let's just put it that way. I like I said, I don't pull that all-nighter shit. The only time I want to pull an all-nighter is if I'm traveling to someplace cool. Like you do international travel and it just completely screws up, the jet lag messes you up. That's the only time I will stay up, for, just to kind of like, but not for work, not for work. So yeah, but it's I'm pretty confident I can meet this schedule. So I mean, even with the 24 pages I have to do for next month, I'm pretty confident I can get most of that done. Um because that campaign comes later. I just need that project as the break before I have to go back to coloring again. Because like I said, I don't want to feel like I'm doing one giant book all at once. I really do need to. I really need to mentally focus on something else, and then I can go back and do the coloring. So here we are at the end of a stream. Thank you so much to everybody who joined me. Thank you to Vess. Thank you to everybody from Twitch that came over. I hope even if you were lurking, I hope that you enjoyed what you were watching. Check out some of the clips that I had from the last couple of videos that I did before I learned how to not to accidentally delete my stuff. So please, check out my videos, my clips on Twitch, if you missed the previous episodes. And thank you so much to the 9 people who stuck it with me for the 2 hours. Thank you so much. I hope you had a good time. I hope, it's like, look, that's all I ask. That's all I ask. Let's all have a good time and have some good conversation. Yes, this is exactly how it works. If I'm going to Italy, I will do all-nighters because that's how you get rid of jet lag. Comic-Con, no. Going to bed. No all-nighters. I think that there was only one convention where I think like the Artist Alley was open until like 2 a.m. And we were trying, it's like, I think, we were going, how long can we last, in the Artist Alley? And I think we made it until 8 p.m. And then we said, no, forget it. We're done. It's like, we're going to bed. That was the only time we tried. So it's like, so we were there until like from 10 in the morning to 8 p.m. working in Artist Alley, but the Artist Alley was still open till 2 in the morning. And it's like, no, 8 o'clock, we tapped out. We had to. So there you go. So like I said, so thank you, Joe, and everybody in the chat. If I didn't, it's like, look, I'm sorry if I didn't bring up everybody's comments. Once I'm working, the whole switching back and forth becomes a little difficult for me. So, but I did see all your comments. So thank you so much. And thank you so much for all of the anime recommendations too. Because obviously, I'm sitting here confusing everything and it's like going, oh, I sound like an old person because I am. So maybe sometime in the future we can rectify that. So if you're interested in seeing more of me and my work and then checking out my campaign, especially especially EGORAVEN, Air of the First Unicorn, issue 6 on Kickstarter in its final 2 days on Kickstarter. You're going to head on over to my main portfolio site at egoworks.com, EGOWORKS, where you can find links to all of my galleries and social media sites, but I mostly hang out on Facebook. If you are interested in seeing sketches and current work in progress and any live updates that I might have concerning anything that I'm just happily doodling at the time. And don't forget that you can also check out my YouTube channel, where you can find all of my videos on how I do my work and what inspires me and everything. So make sure you like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so that you get notified every time I upload a new video to the site. And I have more videos coming up. I'm trying to get into this routine of making these pre-recorded videos. I'm really happy that you guys seem to be enjoying them. And yes, and like I said, thank you to the 988 people who have subscribed to my channel so far. If you're watching my videos and you haven't subscribed already, I'd really appreciate it if you could just click that button and just be subscribed, because you're watching me anyway, so you might as well just subscribe. Thank you so much. And remember that you can also catch me on the Indie Comics Network on Friday at 11 a.m. Me and Nita will be closing out the EGORAVEN campaign. And, oh, hey, Brown Dog. Yeah, you just hit it at the end. You just catch it at the end, but you can always check this out on the replay. Thank you. But thank you so much for showing up. It's half the battle. Yeah. So make sure you catch us at 11 a.m. Where we will on our vlog show, where we'll be closing out EGORAVEN. But in the meantime as well, you can also read EGORAVEN for free at my website at egoworks.com. It uploads every day, Monday through Friday. It's the full color remastered version. So this is the version that you are getting on the Kickstarter books. So you can check that out. And if you're a little impatient, you can download the first 16 pages. You can download a sampler of EGORAVEN issue 1 for you to check out as well. And like I said, don't forget to head on over to the campaign. All the links are in the show notes below. But if you prefer your fantasy to be more of a Lord of the Rings adventure, a furry Lord of the Rings adventure, you can follow the link over to Tall Tales. That's TAILSonline.com, and not only can you read the first 20 issues of Tall Tales for free, but you can check out the latest story arc, Tears of the Mother, which is also uploading every day, Monday through Friday as well. So, and don't forget to sign up for the newsletter to get free PDFs, more free PDFs that way. And also remember, all pledges to the EGORAVEN campaign. If you pledge the EGORAVEN campaign, whether it's a physical or digital pledge, you will get up to 20 free PDFs of various different indie comics, an indie comics bundle, where it's like you'll be able to try out a whole bunch of different books as well, on top of picking up EGORAVEN. So if all you have to do is pledge the campaign at any level, and you will get this PDF bundle. I mean, it's a lot of books. I mean, it really makes your pledge worth it. So again, thank you so much, everybody, for joining me today. And and I hope you all have a really good day, and I will see you Friday. Thank you so much. See you later. Bye.
Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained? Is this not why you are here?